beneath the floor of the machinery hold. They found a light switch, but the bulbs were so dust-coated that only a faint glow shed on the surrounding metal. They sneezed and coughed as the dust-laden air filled their lungs.
Darned if you don't get the craziest ideas, Dick. What good will it do to know how much ship juice there is anyway? We can't make it. This hole wasn't built for self-respecting men to crawl through.
I don't know, John, but this trip may not be as easy as it appears. They've been driving at full force for months, when it seems to me that less power might carry us when we're not within the pull of some planet. I want to make sure that there's plenty of fuel. According to the books, the designers didn't expect the ship to be driven this hard.
John did a little cussing when they located the gauges and found them so thick with grime that they had to be cleaned. He headed back through the dust for a cloth, with Dick's laugh following.
All right, but don't rub it in. Just because you happen to be in front of me and there isn't room to pass, don't give you the right to laugh. Someday you'll be eating your share of dust, and will I laugh? I bet other domes are all a mess.
Dick wrote down the reading of each gauge as John cleaned the surfaces. He couldn't understand the strange numerals and had to go over them with Morquill. Both men breathed a sigh of relief as they crawled back through the floor of the hold and dropped the trapdoor in place. An hour later, Dick began to worry. According to Morquill, the tanks were less than 1/8 full. The big-headed man had gone over the figures twice and was showing signs of agitation as he checked them again at Barrow's request. When he glanced up, Dick knew there was no mistake.
The fuel is low, Dick. According to the other trip, the greatest use of power is at the time we approach the planet to fight the pull of gravity. Our trip from Earth is only half completed, with the greatest need of fuel still ahead. You must think my race very stupid not to have thought of it.
It took Dick a long time to answer. His mind was searching frantically for some solution. It was useless to ask help of the crew. They couldn't even think scientifically.
No, Morquill, I don't think you're stupid, but I do consider your people very foolish. From the appearance of things, we will never reach the domes. Unless something drastic is accomplished, the ship will smash to pieces on your planet. You don't know anything about the ship's operation, and we've only studied it for a short time.
They decided to inform the men immediately, but say nothing to the women for the present. Within an hour of the discovery, Morquill warned the men at the controls to conserve the power as much as possible. Every operation of the ship was dependent on fuel. The generators for heat, light and controls were turned by discharge through the tubes. At least one blast must be fired at all times to keep the controls sensitized and develop power for emergency equipment. The other tubes were silenced. During the rest migs, Dick couldn't sleep, but spent every minute talking to John McCarthy. There must be some solution, and they had to find it. End of chapter 5.